Hi.
Hi.
How's everybody doing? It's been such a long time since we've had a conversation last. And I feel like a kid that like got in trouble and having to sit in the principal's office or whatever. You guys are the principal's office, but I don't know. Where where do I start? Um you know what? How about we do this? Let's do this again. Let's run this again. Hi, hello there. Welcome back to From Two Minds. It's so lovely and exciting to see you here. It has been such a long time of just silence and very well noted. Life has been changing, and I like to think that there are different phases of life, and sometimes you don't get to pick and choose what you get. You just kind of get what you get. So you have to take it. Right. So, how have you been? How have you been? Mm-hmm. Got you. Thank you. Thank you. I've been good. Thank you for sharing. I've been good. Um, how's my day going? Uh, it's been good. It's been good. I've done a lot of stuff today. I think throughout this summer I've been very productive and just trying to get stuff done, get it out the way, not too much going on. But I will say something that I've been struggling with has just been this sense of urgency. From where? I don't really know. But it's like I feel like I'm supposed to be getting something done. And sometimes everything is just perfectly in line and organized and set to go. But my body doesn't feel that way in a sense. Um, but I think it's just me being anxious that's kind of doing it. So just having to calm down and really just focus and take like one step after the other, kind of like a baby. Baby steps is what they call it. Yeah. So taking baby steps is really important for me. But I decided to make this video just because I felt like, and some might say, oh, that's like awfully quick. But when I started this podcast, I had other stuff going on in my life, and just being able to be consistent with this aspect of my life has definitely been like a huge struggle. And honestly, I think the consistency doesn't lie in the fact that I don't want to do it. I love this. I truly, truly love this. Like everything about it. Um, I think it's more about like, first of all, the production, having the time. I think I'm someone that appreciates visual quality over just quantity. I don't want to like pump out garbage, if that makes sense. But then I start to like overthink and get way in over my head, and so focused on having something look good that I'm not even like producing anything, and everything else is just like a concept in my brain. I feel like a life lesson also like lies within what I just said. Um, but no, for the most part, I've been doing pretty good. Staying healthy. We had a big move going on. If you have any questions about the boxes back there, that's actually a different move. Um, your host is going to college, guys. Yes, thank you. So that's a new step in my life. I'm definitely excited to share that with you guys. Um, it's something that I can't wait to talk about. I feel like I'm gonna meet a lot of new, interesting people, and that's what I've kind of enjoyed the most about living life is just enjoying different people's experiences, I would say, because I feel like that's how you learn life experiences. I don't think anyone really has the answers. Like there's not like a key to every single thing. I think you have to learn from someone specifically, and then it leads the way to something even bigger. Um today today I really wanted to talk about emotions. Growing up and being younger, and just in a traditional, I wouldn't even say my family was like a traditional setting or type of family. I think because it was just me, my mom. Like already, it wasn't traditional because it was just me, my mom. She is a single mom, and so just having to carry majority of the load, it kind of just takes away from that like traditional family title like already. But growing up, from what I kind of seen, what made you strong as a man was, I guess, not really sulking or or being too emotional. You kind of had to hide that a little bit. And so growing up and being where I am right now in this state of mind, and environment, I'm starting to realize that emotional aspect is what makes you human. I think I'm a really emotional person. I feel like I get that from my mom. Not emotional, but I guess more emotionally mature and aware. So I know what's happening around me. I know how to read body language and just, I guess, bounce off of that depending on who I'm talking to or working with in a way. I said working with. That's funny. I'm not a therapist. But I think with this newfound growth as a person, which is something everyone always goes through, I've learned to start to speak a little bit more about my emotions. And the reason why that's so important is because today, I mean, like as a young man, you might get shunned, for having feelings and wanting to talk about certain things. And so to all the people out there, young, even old, because I feel like a lot of like older guys probably will deal with that. It's okay to be open. Sometimes in life you're definitely gonna run across like people who betray you, stab you in the back, and then that develops into trust issues. And you might, take a step back from people and trusting people. But I found that building up, a lot of like emotional trauma and stress never is like the key. It ends up like bothering you so bad, and you might even start to develop new, I guess, voice crack. You might start to develop like new problems. Let's just say, yeah, definitely new problems. You get super anxious, or just you're easily like you get mad easily, and all these things. It's not something that's very healthy coming from me. It's something that I definitely dealt with heavy on the anxiety though. Have you ever like, what's it called? Have you ever like gotten a call or a message, or just thought about something that you wanted to do the day before, 2 weeks before, whatever, and your stomach just starts churning like heavily, like I just ate like some Taco Bell, like churning, and it's like, what's going on? I've been going through that a lot lately, and just trying to find the solution as to why. I feel as though it's definitely something that I have to address and will address, because it kind of puts a stop to my thinking sometimes when that happens, because then I can no longer focus and get in that flow state of whatever it was I was doing prior. So yeah, that's something I definitely need to address. Also, I think this is something that I have been thinking about, which is funny. Overthinking is a big, huge, sorry, I almost burped. It's a huge disease. I feel like when you overthink, I mean, it has some perks, I feel like, but for the most part, overthinking ruins a lot of things. The ideas that you have about, the perceptions that you have about certain people, if you overthink it hard enough, you start to notice certain traits. I think it's also discernment, like it helps a little bit, but you might just overthink your way out of a successful relationship. I feel like that's definitely happened once or twice. Yeah. To be honest, I just want to say thank you to you guys as the viewers, and to just my friends and family, who may see this, and if they don't, still, because it takes a lot sometimes to have so much built up on the inside and feel as though you can't really get it all out, you know for me, this is like a spiel. This is me talking to whoever wants to listen and give an input, or no input at all. Just listen. Because the feeling of being heard is something that I feel like is underrated. You know, a lot of people might not even have the words for it, but to have a listening ear is so important in anyone's, life path. Because believe it or not, just being able to get the words out takes such a huge stress off of the mind and the body. And so I just want to say thank you for those who listen and process and understand, because I notice, and it's such a big thing, and I bet the people around you notice as well. I think it also has a part to do with just being a really good friend. In my regular day-to-day friendships, I feel as though that's one of my goals. I never want to be the friend that doesn't like listen. I never want to be the friend that doesn't listen to your problems or whatever you have going on. But some days, and I think this also depends on the friend. Some friendships are overwhelming. Like there's a time, like if a friend calls you, there's certain friends that could call, and again, this is no judgment. This is a no judgment zone. Okay, so there's some friends, and you can just say yes or no in the comments. There are definitely some friends that would call, and you just look at that phone call and you're like, no. Not because you don't like them or you hate them or whatever. I think it's more like it's a lot. Some people are very overwhelming with the conversations that they want to, like their conversations, the topic is just so overwhelming that sometimes you just have to take a break and just sit back and just be like, yeah, man, I don't even think I can do that right now. You just have to sit back and just observe. Does that make me a bad friend? Am I a bad friend? I don't think I'm a bad friend. I don't feel like I'm a bad friend. But I was actually on the phone with a friend earlier today, and I asked her, and I was like, crap, what did I say? It has something to do with what I was saying right now. This is horrible. This is so bad. Yeah, no, got it. So I was actually talking to my friend earlier today, and I asked her, I was like, did I just forget again? I think I just forgot. I just forgot again. I had it and I lost it. I'm going to get it again. 1 second. I found it. And I'm holding it. Sometimes I think with my friendships, and maybe it's because I'm still kind of decluttering and just, swimming through all of the trust issues that I have and having to break it down, that I've now found out that I have set this boundary for majority of the people that I consider a friend. Because I was thinking about this while I was on the phone with her, and I was like, I don't think like anyone has ever met, like truly like sat down, met my family. And honestly, when I was saying it, I didn't really like have a problem with it. I was actually quite fine with it. Because it's something that I take to heart. I don't know. I take my family very, very, they're so precious to me, and I love them so much. And so it's not even about being jealous or hiding them. It's more like I've just never, one, thought to do that, and two, had it in me to be like, hey, like I want you to come see my family. I'm even questioning myself just thinking about that, and I was, because why? I mean, and that's the thing, is like there's certain barriers that you have to cross in friendships, and I don't think I've really had like a friend that I've crossed that boundary with. That would have to be a best friend. That's another thing. I don't think I have a best friend. Also, just fun fact of the day, I think you can only have one best friend. I don't think you can have best friends. I think that's just friends. I think you can only have one best friend. Now, if anybody wants to argue with me on that notion, please, please, just let's not start. All right. But if you do want to argue with me on that notion, sorry, just drop in the comments why you think you can have more than one best friend. I think it's such a sacred thing. It goes like this. It's like an order, okay? There's acquaintances. I feel like there's one below acquaintances, but let's just start at acquaintances. There's acquaintances, then there's friends, then there's best friends. I'll do those three. But really, what I was thinking just now when I had that quiet moment, acquaintances, school friends, then work friends. It's not like a hierarchy between those two. School friends and work friends, then friends that you can actually like go outside with and do stuff or whatever. And then best friend. Question. Best friend. That's it. End of the story. Done. That's what I think. Anyway, where was I? No, but like I was saying, boundaries. I think that's what I was about to get into. Ooh, the lighting might change a little bit. Sorry, let's get back to it. Give me 1 second. It was an ad. I was trying to do the white lighting thing for you guys so you could see me a little bit. You know, I'm a dark skinned man, as you can tell, and you know, dark skin troubles. Not really troubles, because I actually enjoy this a lot. Yeah. But anyways, like I was saying, before I got really interrupted by the ad, I think there's such things as boundaries that you have to just set. And not only in friendships, I think in relationships and in partnerships in general, business partners and schoolmates and whatever it is, I think boundaries are so super important. You don't want to learn the hard way with boundaries. And it's funny because I've had to learn the hard way, so I'm gonna say it to anyone else. Just find. It's kind of like an iPhone. You know, you have to find your own settings and what works for you, and keep it there and let everyone else know what those are. Like for me, for example, I don't really appreciate when people put me like if I consider someone a friend, I don't necessarily appreciate if they like when they put me on the spot. And some people might be like, oh, like that's not a friend at all if they're doing that. Well, you'd be surprised. But like just putting your friend on the spot, I think that's something I don't appreciate at all. It irks me, it bothers me. I don't think I'm super sensitive. But I feel as though if I respect you enough to call you my friend, I appreciate a little bit of respect, you know, in terms of just how you treat me. I don't want you to put me on the spot because I wouldn't put you on the spot. I think it's all about equality when it comes to friendships and boundaries in general. Don't do something to me that I wouldn't do to you, you know? I think that's like a base level thing that should be discussed and talked about in all friendships, partnerships, and relationships. The ships. LOL. But my thing with like jokes is that I can't really just like just jump out and, you know, drop a joke in. I gotta like build it up. Sometimes I don't even think about it though. This is like no way saying that I think of the jokes that I say or that I think of the words that I say before I say. Well, I do think of the words that I say before I say them, but I don't think of the joke. I don't think of jokes. I just say words, and then they sometimes might be funny, which is what every comedian should strive to do. I want us to kind of get back to the main point of discussion for us today. Firstly, I just want to apologize. I'm like going through like an emotional roller coaster right now. I don't know what's going on. I just said thank you. Now I'm apologizing. I want to apologize because I feel like I failed myself in a way. Well, maybe I am being a little too harsh. I know I can do better, and I know that, like I've said before, this is something that's gradual. And I appreciate that you guys are following me on this journey, because there's so much more exciting things to come and on the way. And I can't wait to showcase that and just share the slight knowledge that I think I have, not only in myself, but with my guests as well. So, I'm so excited to let you guys know that within the month of August, we'll probably have about, 2 or 3 more guests on here, and just some things to be able to show you guys, of the work I've put in the background. It's something I'm proud of, and obviously, like I mentioned earlier, I still have this thing with wanting things to be perfect. But the truth is that I've started something really nice. This is a really nice journey that I've started here, and I'm excited to see where it ends up. And I'm also happy with the support that I'm getting constantly. It's something that I'm always, cheerful and joyful about. I can't wait to share more emotions. Thank you guys for letting me spiel today. Spiel a little bit of my emotions, how I'm feeling, what's going on, how my day was. How sweet of you guys to ask. And expressing myself, because I think expression is very important. So don't forget to express yourself today or tomorrow or next week or ever. And thank you so much. And thank you so much for stopping by. It's so glad to have you here with me. It almost feels like you guys are like staring at me, which is true. You see, I'm working on my eye contact a little bit. I'm doing really good. And yes, thank you so much for watching today's episode. If you like today's episode or any others, make sure to like and subscribe. And I would definitely appreciate a comment if you have anything to say at all. I want you to stay cool, because it's in the middle of summer right now, so it is kind of hot. Stay cool, love yourself, and always remain positive. And also, don't forget to express yourself. Until next time, this is From Two Minds. Thank you.